My name's Sean. I'm a technical product lead here at the Flow Foundation, focusing primarily on user experience. I'm going to kick off with the icebreaker question, which is, how did I get into Bitcoin? I bought my first Bitcoin Christmas Eve in 2015. I know it was Christmas Eve because I went into the office that day because I didn't want to use a vacation day on Christmas Eve with a few friends, and all we did that day was talk about Bitcoin. They got me very excited about it. Ended the day with getting into Coinbase account, buying my first Bitcoin at about $600. That whole weekend was completely anxious, thought I was going to lose all my money, but absolutely was one of the better decisions I've made in my life. I've enjoyed it ever since, been diving deeper into the Web3 ecosystem, and now get to do it full time. But let's talk about 2023. Let's look in the year in review. We're going to go through a few metrics, few numbers, and wins that we had. 2023, we attended a lot of conferences, but we also spoke at a lot of conferences. We spoke at ETH Denver, ETH Waterloo, ETH Paris, ETH Milan, and ETH Dubai, primarily focused on our protocol and our system changes, whether that be Cadence, our resource-oriented programming, or our multi-node architecture, where Alex will dive in deeper to. Or we talked about mainstream adoption, account abstraction, and how that can impact your user experience within Web3. We attended many, many more, but these are the ones that we spoke at. Through that, we saw amazing developer growth. We announced or released new ecosystem tools, whether that be Flow Reference Wallet, Flow Diver, Flowser, Toucans. We also upped our ecosystem educational resources, whether that be Emerald Academy, FlowView, Contract Browser. Through those efforts, we saw 680,000 FCL client downloads, 40,000 testnet contracts deployed, and we hosted 2 hackathons with 15,000 signups and 500 projects submitted. We saw a lot of projects also launch on Flow in 2023. Disney came to Flow in a major way, working with our friends over at Cryptoys, having Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Goofy all come to the Cryptoys platform, also launching their own standalone digital pin application with our friends at Dapper Labs called Pinnacle. Doodles came to Flow, I think about a year ago today, and Doodles 2 Studio actually came to Flow with Doodles wearables, having the amazing experience to build your own doodle on Flow. Mattel brought their iconic toys to Flow, whether that be with Hot Wheels Garage or Boss Beauties and Barbie partnering with NFTs on Flow. We also saw mobile applications really come to Flow, with Zeeds and NBA Top Shot launching their own standalone applications within the App Store. We saw, out of those 2 hackathons, we saw our major participants actually launch on mainnet, whether that be Heroes on Flow, Peace, or Wonder Arena, all bringing their hackathon projects to mainnet and launching products. Let's look into the network activity. This was the slide I think me and Deep went back and forth and thought over a little bit, but I think I won. So we added 200 million transactions to our network, crossing 500 million in 2023. We have 45 million active accounts. We added 800 mainnet contracts. We added 440 network validators, further decentralizing our network, and achieves 3 nines network uptime, which is a huge improvement. And we're continuing that effort as we look into 2024. Let's zoom in on some of that activity and talk about NFTs specifically and NFT trading activities. We saw 6.4 million sale transactions happen across 5 of our major marketplaces. We saw almost 20 million, 19.9 thousand swaps on Evaluate with people trading NFTs back and forth. We saw 1.6 thousand loans and 600 rentals fulfilled on Floaty, who you'll hear from later in this presentation. And then we also had a major increase in DeFi activity. We really focused on DeFi in 2023 and will continue in 2024. We saw a 180% increase in TVL, up to $14 million now. We saw an 831% increase in lending, now at almost $4 million. We saw a 900% increase in liquid staking to $2.5 million across IncrementFi, Seller, and Floaty. That was 2023. That's the past. Let's talk about how we continue this growth into 2024 and some of our goals and plans and how we'll measure that. First, how are we going to measure this, right? So we're going to measure 2 major things. We're going to measure how many open source developers are building on Flow, and then also measure how many active mainnet and testnet smart contracts are deployed on Flow. We're going to try and look at those mainnet and testnet smart contracts, see where transaction volume is interacting with these contracts, see if there's great opportunities or catalysts happening within the ecosystem, and also work to measure smart contract complexity and composability happening within Flow, as we see that as a major hub for where these things will take place. How are we in the Flow Foundation going to help with this growth? First thing is us splitting out from Dapper Labs. We're going to become a Web3 native organization. We're going to be built to supercharge and leverage the community to build an incredible ecosystem. We're going to build robust and decentralized solutions engineering and support paths. We're going to scale our developer relations and community to be global. And we're going to have a best-in-class ecosystem, catalysts and growth programs for the community to leverage us and help them grow. That's it for me. I'm going to hand it off to my friend Sharad to dive in further.